welcome to WRL Broadcast. I am Hate Mail. With me today we have Loot, M4, and Sheriff Lobo.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Kage wasn't coming, is he?
He's not.
Okay.
He can't make it today.
Oh, that's right. Okay, well we have his scores. So this is our January tier list. So with that, we'll get right into it. The first character on our list is a new powerhouse that is Arkkis Chummuck. And I went back and forth on S tier, B tier, A tier, not B tier, but S and A. I'm leaning more towards S than A. His defensive stuff is a little crappy, but I don't know. He's so strong that I'm kind of leaning towards S. But Kage put him as 4.5. I don't know what that is, but it's like
That's
borderline
a
AS.
It's a mess. It's a mess.
M4, we'll go with you next. You will have him as an A.
I'm kind of like you. He might be the best single target nuke in the game. I mean, he doesn't even care if you're blue. He's just gonna punch you in the face, right? But you know how I roll, right? I consider AI when I do my tier rankings. His AI is pretty bad.
He stinks on auto
But,
and
right, with
defense.
right. When I see him, I usually ignore him for. I can afford to ignore him because I know he's gonna buff like almost consistently. So and then once you know what he can do, he's not that hard to stop, right? Because he still needs to do that taunt move, the number 2 attack before he becomes a powerhouse. Unlike Power Girl, who just at the beginning of the match, she already has the DI. So, but if you really want to kill someone, he would be the best person to bring, hands down. But I still vote an A.
How about you, Luke?
I think I'm going to reassess and go from A to an S or A plus S minus, whatever we're doing these days.
Oh yeah, you do an A plus, right? So I would be fine with an A plus for him.
I would, yeah, I don't know. There's something about him that I just don't like. Can't put my finger on it, but it's similar to what I don't like about Etrigan. So, I don't know.
All they do is kill. They're very
the
good
AI
at it,
is
but that's
terrible. And I play on auto a lot. So he doesn't fit that at all. But he's awesome at single target nuking. So I'd say he's borderline A plus S.
Sheriff Lobo.
I see what Luke's saying, and I would put Black Adam in that category too. That's kind of like they're so powerful, and with Black Adam's turn meter up, when you play with them, they're about the only tunes that get a turn. But I'd give Arkkis an A plus. I think, given what M4 said, and also, if you go before him, you can take him out with a strong blue, or it doesn't even have to be that strong because he's so squishy. But, as long as you go before he gets that second move off, you're fine. He's not that scary, so.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. He's unlike Black Adam. When I see him, I'm more afraid than I am of Arkkis. And the only thing I would say though is when I do use Arkkis, I'm always like, man, he's strong. When I play him manual and use him, but he does require a little bit more ramp up. You need a little bit of help sometimes to make him work. So I think A plus is the perfect rating for him. Kind of think that maybe Etrigan deserves A plus, but we'll go down that road another day. Kind of feel like
me too. I vote A plus for Etrigan.
Well, maybe when we get down there, we'll talk about that. So let's move on to the next character. Do we want to just kind of do a brief synopsis of what we think a Black Mass rating might be? Temporarily, we want to just leave him off.
I don't have it.
I think it's really difficult to talk about him yet.
Yeah,
I don't even have his whole kit unlocked.
Yeah, we'll leave him off for now. He's looking pretty decent though.
He's great on defense. I noticed that.
Very.
Offense, so far he's not good, but he's L2 right now. He's not good on offense. Defense, he's ridiculous.
I like him on offense when you're manually controlling him, but we'll talk about him next month. Let's move on. I guess we're back to Booster Gold.
Why do you have Booster though?
We already rated him once.
Because
he was a siege tune.
he's a siege tune. That's why.
Yeah, he was a siege tune. I think we had him we bumped him back down to A+ last time. I kind of feel like I think that's a really good rating for him still. Sheriff Lobo, you still have S.
Nothing's changed for me. I mean, on my notes, I have speed, damage, purge, stun, strength down, true sight, damage, immunity, shield. He does a lot. We've talked all about this before, so I'm keeping him at the same rating I had him.
Me too.
I want to upgrade my ratings.
He was scarier than Arkkis in this seat.
Yes, he certainly was.
What are you upgrading your rating to, Luke? Back to S?
S tier. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess he made it back to S.
He's got so many tools.
Yeah, I mean he's really good.
His toolkit is just huge.
All right, and we won't do Cassandra because none of us have used her. Moving on, Firestorm. I don't even remember him being in Siege. I did use him once in a Blue Moon. It looks like we have him. What's a C? A 2?
2.
Yeah, I think I'm still with a 2. Kage has him as a 2. Sheriff Lobo, you have him as a 2, right? Nothing. I think we talked about him not too long ago. Luke, you have him as an F, or is that a D?
That's a D.
Oh,
that's a D.
M4, you have the highest, so I'll let you talk about him, so we won't dwell on Firestorm.
I mean, he's saving grace. I use him a lot in Red Alert because 2 of his moves buff, and that's great for Lex. Other than that, I don't think he's very good.
I think he's a solid. I mean, he's a C. I mean, he's got a strong single target. His nuke can be scary sometimes. Otherwise, he's pretty much garbage. So we'll leave him as a C.
Yeah.
Huntress. Sheriff Lobo, let's start with you this time.
Right now I have her as an A. That may change as I play more with her, but I don't know. She's kind of scary now. She's super scary in Siege because you can't get by anymore on the skin of your teeth. If you're low on health, she's going to finish you off, even if you're green, especially if somebody else is dead. So that's something to keep in mind. That seemed to be like a major boost to what she was doing before, and stopping revives too. So that's helpful.
And she can see invisible. I don't know if that's intended or not, but
that seems to be a bug.
Yeah, that's horrifying actually. In this scene.
Yes, it is.
Luke, your thoughts?
I think she's an A. I think I'll reassess her at the end of the month, but so far she's pretty strong. Her basic is not very good, and the weird thing is, maybe it's a bug, but the heal immunity seems to fall off really fast. Like,
no,
too fast. So fast that you're almost like, I don't even understand why it happened.
I think I know why. It's meant to be just a heal immunity on her attacks. So if she kills you with her attacks, you will not revive. But it's not meant to like apply heal immunity to you like let's say Red Hood does.
Which is fine. I mean,
it's still so fast.
Yeah. So all you can do is just get them low and then be like, okay, I'm done with you. You don't have to worry about killing them anymore.
Right.
M4, did you just talk about her, or you got any more to say on her?
Mostly agree with what people said. But there are 2 things that I don't like about Huntress right now. So I vote an A in this early stages of Siege, but there's 2 things wrong with her. One, you mentioned that she seems to have true sight. Anyone who's dying, she can like just home in on it. The second one is her AI is off. She seems to not be targeting the affinity disadvantage. She's not going for blues. She seems to be like going from left to right, which is unusual for offensive AI, if you notice that. So something's off with her. She seems bugged.
Yeah, she's. Kage also voted her an A, and I would say I'm leaning A right now as well. She's a lot scarier than she used to be, in that ability to finish people off, and you don't have to worry about killing them. What the hell? Somebody. Oh, there's a Kage just picked up on video.
Oh shit! My bad.
What was that? Oh, his video's back. What is he doing?
I have no idea.
Oh,
I'm on my work break, so I figured I'd drop in.
I was gonna like screen grab it.
Where we at?
We were talking about Huntress. We all gave her an A, it looks like.
Oh, cool. Go on.
But that her killing people off ability is a new way to play. Just get them low and then ignore them, which is kind of fun.
I love using her with Black Adam. Just do the nuke, and if anyone's lucky enough to survive,
Yeah.
you just.
I don't use them that much, but man, I'm tempted to bring them RB5 because it just makes matches so quick and easy.
It's like a cheat code. I have them RB3 and it's good enough.
Jessica Cruz, you made it just
I
in
made
time.
him RB5 yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that one. I was facing you. That definitely was not fun. Kage, Jessica Cruz is next up, so while you have a minute, we'll have you cover your vote.
Yeah, I did cover my vote.
No, I mean,
oh wow,
do
that's
you want to talk
savage.
about it?
1.5.
Oh, you know what? Prior to this year, I would have said that she has a solid B team, because she's a strong green that did damage. She gave shields. She's got that Superman ability where she can cleanse herself from debuffs, gains Terminator on ally deaths. But I think with the release of Larfleeze and Starfire and a lot of different special damage dreams that have more utility, and I think she's outclassed by even Sinestro, who has a little bit more utility than her. I think Jessica's stocks decreased just a little bit.
Yeah, she's pretty bad now. I mean, I don't know if I'd give her a D. I think a C might be a little more,
C, yeah.
might be a little more appropriate for her. But
I agree.
M4, you have her as a C plus.
Yeah, she's not bad, but I really see no reason to bring her. In the last siege, whenever I need an extra green, I always bring Sinestro. There's really no reason to bring her.
She was good on revenge. She could let your teammates die. Sheriff Lobo, you have her as a D.
Maybe I'm biased, but she cost me 2 matches this past siege in a revenge match. So, like, even when she was super buffed up, she was not purging her debuffs. She was just, super buffed up and was sneezing and just doing nothing. So I hate her guts.
So I want to add on to that. In theory, she plays like that style, right? Where if someone dies, you can just revenge and kill everyone off.
Mm-hmm.
But in practice, it's just not as effective as Larfleeze.
No.
Or Constantine.
Not even close.
Yeah, so like you can kill people off and you're not even scared. Bring Red Hood, I don't care. But if I see Larfleeze, I bring Red Hood, I'm still scared.
Yeah, Red Hood does not work on Larfleeze because his resolution on the turn meter up happens after Red Hood's leader box.
Right.
How about you, Loot? You're also a D.
Well, let's be real, guys. I think it's time to take out the garbage. Let's take out the trash. She's trashed here.
So I guess we'll give her a D plus as her final grade.
I just don't know how to rework her to be a not Deathstroke thing, because I don't think the devs are going to change the PvP system. So she's pigeonholed to play like Deathstroke, but she's just
give her the double basic.
Yeah, she's a little bit better than Deathstroke, but there's really not much stock in her. There's not much reason to invest in her kit.
Maybe that should be a quality of life change we suggest.
Yeah, if you do not get the double basic on any teammate, that maybe
Next on the list, we have Lex Luthor Survival Support Suit. Just saw Loot's rating. Loot, you gave him a 10, so I'll let you go first.
He's the best character in the game.
Yeah, he might have
Some
surpassed Wonder
Amazon
Girl.
may have something to say about that, but
He makes
do go on.
he makes even trash look like gold. He could make Jay Garrick look good. Come on. He's amazing. And you don't even have to rebirth him. He's great right out of the box.
Yeah, I can't really argue.
He's awesome.
I'm already annoyed with him that he's so powerful.
He's just too
Yeah,
he's too good. But he's
annoying.
fun. He's fun to use.
M4, if you want to go on your little tangent.
I hate him, but I have him rebirth too. And he will be rebirth 5. I mean, he's so annoyingly good, right?
That's funny because
I
you
don't
told me
know.
not to rebirth him because you didn't think he needed it.
No, I had to because I need to get into that 40K club, which I just joined. And he
I'm actually
fits
happy I
perfectly.
didn't though. I'm sticking to my theme. I just regret doing Flash, even though he was fun and he still is, but it's not my theme.
Yeah, I have 5,000 shards of him, so I had to do it.
Kage,
He's my
your
ticket
Lex
to
thoughts?
RB5.
I think if they nerfed him, he'd be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not for nerfing people, but if they nerfed him, just make it so only the tune that buffs gets the turn meter.
Yeah,
And the overkill.
it's a little much. How about you, Sheriff Lobo? Your thoughts?
I don't really have anything new to add. Still a S.
All right, moving on. Parallax, Big Daddy, Kage's favorite character. I'll let you start.
He's disgusting.
You have
He's not really adding much. He got a taunt. He's like a DOJ, but he's gated. So, I mean, take from that what you will. He can survive better than DOJ. He's annoying to play, but other than that, I'd rather take some other taunters.
He's become, especially in Siege, the character I want to face least now. He's so annoying. He takes forever to kill.
Yeah, but he does nothing though. It just takes you a bit more time
Yeah,
to kill
I
him.
mean,
But
you have to save him for last, but I don't know. I kind of like him. I actually gave him a B, but you give him a B too, M4.
that'll be, yeah, I guess I did.
You
I
weren't sure
mean,
about it.
he's not terrible. I mean, you can make him work. It's just that I don't know why you would need him, right? So he's one of the few greens that can take a Wonder Girl punch in the face, which is great. However, he is not doing it for the whole team. If maybe he's 100% on his taunt, maybe. But then again, his kit could because he's just inviting Wonder Girl with all those buffs, right? So he's gonna survive, but the rest of your team probably not. And the worst part is he gives the enemy team like enrage.
Yeah.
So it's a death sentence.
How about you, Sheriff Lobo?
Yeah, I'm a fan. His damage is not great. I think that his taunt could be higher and he would be better. He's tanky. He has survivability, but he really can't even dish out damage to reds. So pretty low on the list of greens and taunters that I would bring.
Loot.
I think I gave him a C,
You did.
right?
Did give him a C.
Yeah, he just doesn't do anything for me. He doesn't fit my play style, and he ends up killing my whole team. Not him. Wonder Girl kills my whole team because of him. Because he gives Wonder Girl enrage, and then Wonder Girl says, I'm going to kill every single person on your team.
I found a few good teams with him that I started messing around with, but I've only had a brief amount of time to play, so I'm gonna
He's
keep
not
messing
bad,
with
but he's very easy to counter.
And the fact that that he doesn't have an active enrage move, he can't synergize with other enragers, so that
That is also true.
drops
Yes.
him down on my list. Another reason.
Man, I keep forgetting to write down the timestamps. Moving on. Poison Ivy. We'll start with you, Sheriff Lobo.
I rated her as a C+. I think she's useful. She has a lot of utility. She can be good and helpful in the right comp, but I don't know. Just now after, we're really starting with Cyborg Superman, and once you have these really powerful nuking green, she seems less valuable, but for like that 1 month when Man-Bat was out, a really fun team that I would use would be Constantine, Ivy, Man-Bat, and then another tune, whoever fit in, and you could just keep putting those taunts on Man-Bat, and nobody could kill him. I really like the fact that you can use her to put a taunt on somebody else. That's probably one of my favorite things about her, but still, she takes a lot of work to make her useful and valuable.
How about you, Loop?
What did I rate her as?
A C.
Yeah, she's eh. She doesn't do anything for me. I don't know. I don't have any real comments about her other than I think she sucks.
Kage, what do you think?
I think what she's got going for her is the utility and the fact that you can't 1v1 her with a strength character. You need to bring an intelligence pet character like Cyborg Superman. I echo a lot of the stuff that Sheriff Lobo said, but I think she's a little bit better than a C. Like, I think she's better than Ravager.
See, my problem is that every time I use her, she doesn't seem to do anything and just dies. Like even
She
when
takes a lot of work to make her work.
Yes. She's
That's
one of
why
those
I
like
don't like
Riddler
her.
type
She
teams.
doesn't
Like you
do
have to
anything.
play. You have to play manual, and you have to have a game plan.
Yeah.
And her biggest knock is she's also buff based, and she gives a lot of buffs, and that's not always a good thing. And another thing I don't like about her
Are
is
you referring to Wonder Girl?
Poison. Kind of, yes. And her call assist is too low, 40% chance. I mean, if it were higher, it should have been guaranteed. A lot of characters have that guaranteed call assist. Like, just look at Saint Walker. Look at the insane amount of assist. And then her legend, it's a legendary. It's like 40%.
Well, I think
But
Black
she's
Mask
not
is going to
terrible.
make her even worse because he's fast and can do what you want her to do.
Right. So she's not terrible, but she's kind of hard to use. So
Yeah.
like a B would be fitting, but I don't mind if you put her as a C.
All right, we'll give her a C+. That seems like about right. So let's move on to Saint Walker. We'll start with you, Loot. What are your thoughts?
I think he's a really good leader. I like his AoE purge. I like his call assist. To me, he's a solid A. I mean, he's not OP. He's not game breaking. He's really strong when he's by himself, but you really don't want him to be by himself. So it's nice that he can do damage when he's alone. He does no damage when he's not alone. I think he's a good leader. Really good leader.
What do you think, Sheriff?
Yeah, I would give him an A+. I think that he's just not quite up to the Lex bar, but hardly anybody is. I really like the fact that he can enable tunes that need a shield to do some kind of extra damage or extra move like Brainiac, Arkkis, or Alan Scott. So it's nice to have that always guaranteed shield on their turn. That's pretty cool.
M4.
I was torn on him because he's a really good tune, but I think I couldn't quite give him the Yes. I know the boys lobbying me, he was messaging me that he vote well. Yeah, but I think even he accepts that he's at least just an A. He's not quite S tier. When we did our ranking of good leaders, I think he came up like sixth. So, I mean, other than the assists, I don't think he's quite good enough to get into our S tier.
How about you, Kage?
Nothing new to add. I just thought he would make Jessica Cruz look good. I was totally wrong.
I'm kind of with you guys. I think he's not quite S. He's borderline. He's a really good character, but he's outshined by a couple other leaders, and he's just not. He's not completely all the way there. I think maybe an A plus is. We're right there on the
Yeah,
cusp of
an
A
A
plus.
plus, yeah.
That felt
And the
like
20% on this leader, I thought it would be like insane on paper. Like, oh my god, 20%, that's RB2. But in practice, I don't quite feel that.
I think if we get a character that can negate the speed bonus, and you can run him as leader, it might be a bigger deal. But for now, it's just not quite there.
Right.
All right, let's move on to Yellow Lantern Sinestro. And for you have him the lowest of the group, so I'll let you start.
Really? Wow, there's a 4. Wow, I'm impressed. Someone voted him an A. So I'm not the lowest. I have him as a B. It's
You're
Sheriff Lobo that gave him
2.75.
it.
The rest of us gave him
Wait,
3.
where am I? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong guy.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I think I factored in this stupid AI. So the one thing that disappointed me about his rework is I thought he's gonna be like the great shield killer, right? All right, I hate Green Lanterns, the bone sauce that all of us were like, oh my god, this is like the Lantern killer move, 70% bonus on shielded enemies. But when it hits, it only kills reds, and it doesn't. It tickles green Hal Jordan, right? So it didn't quite fit. And his best move that the Enrage and 8 downs, the AI never uses it. And then also then his payoff is really not that great. He gains turn meter, but then again, it's mediocre. Okay. But he does have good utility, but he's too slow to put them into good use. Maybe in a stun team he'll work, but then there are other better stun payoffs. And then there's really no good enrage team. So until that happens, he's gonna be like a C tier level tune for me.
But you almost have him as a B. But Loot, actually, I didn't expect you to give him a B, so let's hear your thoughts on that.
I'm questioning whether he deserves a B. His damage is bad.
I disagree there, but
Okay. He does. What is his basic? Also does the resistance down
it
too,
purges.
right?
It does purge.
Yeah,
so
the
that's a
purge is
thing.
good. The resistance down, I can't tell that it's even on. It doesn't seem to like work. Maybe it doesn't work
It
enough.
does. It's just that affinity resistance by itself as a debuff sucks.
But he gives the
I like that he has an AOE, but it's like it's weird because it says that it's going to do more damage against shields, but it really doesn't.
It does, but I don't feel it. It's still not enough to, at least get the greens into the red. Yeah, it's not strong enough.
I'm changing my vote. To me, he's a C. He's just not very good.
How about you, Sheriff Lobo?
I agree with everybody else. The only thing that I would add is the purge on his basic can be surprisingly helpful because I think it's like what 8.
Yeah, if that target is pumping.
Yeah, that's a lot of buffs, especially on a basic to purge. So he can, he was helpful in Siege a lot of times to pull the death immunity or at least the buff immunity off of Arkkis. So I think that's a valuable part of his kit.
The reason I gave him a B was the intellect down on his
Yes,
3.
that move is the best move. Yes.
I mean, it allowed me in so many matches where I had annoying Black Adams or even Lex teams. I would just use that, and then I didn't have to worry about them killing anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So that pumped him into a B. And then if they do have those 8 intellects downs, whenever you use his basic or his AoE, he nukes the crap out of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I use that move a lot on Saint Walker in Siege, and that was helpful to keep him under control, even though he doesn't do that much damage. But
Well, people are dead, yeah, especially.
Yeah.
That saved me a couple times when I'd accidentally kill other people first, or I had to kill other people first, and then I
Yeah.
could use that to keep them from nuking me. He's right on the cusp, so I guess we're keeping him as a C+.
Yeah.
All right, moving
That's
on.
everything.
We have Vixen, who has started off pretty good. Sheriff, you have her very low, so I'll let you start.
I don't know. I haven't really played with her enough yet, but I'm not really excited about it, and maybe I'm just not smart enough to figure out what to do with her. But I don't.
You have been losing your edge a little bit lately.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
I can go because I have quite
Yeah,
a few
go
things about. Okay, so she's the Swiss Army knife of Toons. Like she has an answer for almost every problem. How the problem is, you would almost never use a Swiss Army knife if you have a better option. And everything that she does, there's a better option. Okay, so let's look at them. That's right now. If you want to bleed and stun, there's someone better that added. Aquaman can do that consistently, right? Bleed and stun you 100%. So the evasion, she has that 3 evasion dance, can't miss. I mean, there's a whole lot of dudes that can do that better. Although I have to agree with Mr. Zubas, that what you call that? The turn meter down is amazing. Yeah, but it's not consistent. And then the bear, there's the 50% chance for buff immunity. It does remove the immunities like from Arkkis or Power Girl. But then look at Hal Jordan. Okay, he stuns, can't miss, purges, right? I mean, in one move, he can do better than all of those moves combined, right?
Okage
So,
has her as an A, so let's hear the counter argument. Are you still with us?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm here. Yeah,
You
yeah,
have Vixen as an A, so let's.
yeah. So the thing about an A character is that they're going to be kind of like S. They have but they're flawed, and you can effectively run Vixen in numerous comps without trouble. And M4 is right; it is very inconsistent to have her work, but I think that's more of a balancing thing because if you buffed any of those percentages, she'd be pretty busted. Like just today, your Killer Frost got owned by her constant turn meter down, right? So.
Yeah.
So she's got a lot in her kit, and she has access to those same moves, like a turn meter down or a stun move, consistently without a cooldown. Hal Jordan has like a 3-turn cooldown on his stun and purge move, even though it doesn't miss. But I know the annoyance of having to reset her cooldowns, but that's just basically a 1-turn cooldown, and then she can swap to something else. So she would be pretty busted if she had those percentages buffed, is all I'm saying. So she's really one of those characters that it's complicated to make her balanced because she can be really busted or really, really trash. And before the rework, she was pretty down there. And now with the rework, she's a lot more reliable in what you're trying to go for. Even if you're not going to get the buff immunity, you can kill Power Girl and Arkkis. If you're not going to get the stun, you're still bleeding out someone, and she's gaining stamina to really save her life. The leadership really helps you level the playing field versus buff teams like like a lot of other teams. I'm not saying she's as good as Lex. She's not nowhere near as good as Lex, but let's look at the B tier characters. She's better than Shazam. She's better than Enchantress. I'd say she's about the same tier as like White Lantern Sinestro.
Yeah, I mean, I personally think she's a solid B character. I noticed that when I stopped using her stun over and over, like I used to always do, that eagle, the turn meter is amazing, and then her bear is extremely useful. Like a lot of times you can one-shot Arkkis or Power Girl, I mean, with it. So that, I don't know, that's pretty good. Loot, do you have any other thoughts on her?
Honestly, I don't think I used her skills enough. Like, I pretty much just used Bear. I tried Rhino, and I was disappointed. It didn't feel like she was giving enough bleeds. Maybe it's because we have toons out there that bleed so much now.
Yeah, they've gotten
But
obscene with the bleeds.
What does she put, like 2 bleeds on? It's like
just
nothing. So the Rhino, like, yeah, it gives her stamina ups, but the offense side of it doesn't really do anything anymore. I haven't tried her Eagle, really.
Yeah, you can just use the Eagle over and over. Just get rid of their turn meter.
Yeah.
that's
I haven't really tried that one. I usually just use Bear because it works pretty good. But now that I'm hearing good things about Eagle, I'll try that out too.
So since we have just another minute, we mentioned moving Etrigan to A+. I think I'm on board with that. Does anybody disagree?
Not me. I never voted him as an S.
I'm good with her moving to the A tier.
Etrigan, it's a he, but A+.
No, whatever.
It's a demon. You don't know
It's a
for sure.
demon. How do you
True.
know? It could be a
Have you
woman.
seen?
True.
You know,
Could be a female demon that looks like a man.
Kind of reminds me of
Could
some
be a
of the
tranny
Kage
demon.
poses in chat.
I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking like with Arkkis, I kind of disagree. So we gave Arkkis the A+ because he's slow and squishy, but he does super damage. With Etrigan, he's got that crit immunity. He can survive, and even if you don't get a kill, he can still do some pretty massive damage. If you do get a kill, it's over. So I would vote to keep him S personally.
Kage.
I always compare he left. He's breaking.
Kage's gone.
Okay.
The reason I don't want him as an S character because I look at an S, look at Booster, look at Black Adam, right? Damage out of the gates with Purge, with turn meter up, but some of those guys are just like flat out damage, which is insane. It's great. Look at Larfleeze. Larfleeze is insane damage, ramp up.
I
But
will.
look, he steals, he self-purges, right?
I will say I never bring Etrigan to battle. Like that's kind of what.
Yep, me too.
The
I
other
never
S
use.
Terra characters, I usually find a reason I need them,
Yep.
and I don't. Once in a blue moon I'll turn to Etrigan, but it's usually a very specific scenario.
The only time I use him is Siege, and then it's back on the bench.
Yeah.
I see very little reason to use him over Black Adam, who doesn't need to ramp up. He just like out of the gate. Nuke.
All right, so I think that wraps it up. We have 2 S pluses, Lex, and then I just give it to Wonder Girl. I don't think anybody will disagree there, except for maybe Kage, but he doesn't believe it. He's just being a contrarian. So,
There's another one that deserves an S plus. I don't know if you would agree. Castaway. So
I don't think I'd put him in S plus.
Really?
I think he's
Okay.
on the high end, but I don't see.
He's
him as S
he's
plus.
not quite Wonder Girl Lexi level.
Yeah,
so I'll take that.
he is probably the 3rd best character in my mind, but I think
Yeah. Okay. I'm fine.
And
with
I'm
that, yeah.
determined to be the first person to get that guy RB5.
All right, with that, let's wrap this up because I got to go start playing Siege. So,
Well, good luck.
and
Okay. Oh, by the way, guys, PvE today, Black Adam.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. Pretty awesome.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it as always, and until next time.
All right, so long.
All right.
Hey everybody, it's Tuditron. Thank you for listening to WROL Broadcasts. If you like the show, consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/WROL Broadcasts. Hey, Kage, did you know that I'm now somebody's sugar baby? Yeah, his name's Kyle.